Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about burning sensations in the feet. Many people feel that burning, that stinging sensation, sometimes even tingling, and have trouble putting their feet on the ground. And they ask me why this happens and if it has anything to do with diet. I'm going to talk more about this here for you. What are the main causes and what can you do to solve this problem? Stay with me until the end. You won't want to miss it. If you love videos about nutrition, health, and fitness, you're going to love this channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Remember to turn on the notification bell to get updates. I have new videos every day. You're going to love them. So let's start talking more about this issue of burning feet, what the main causes are, and what you can do to try to resolve it. Let's start by talking about the main causes that can lead to this burning sensation, tingling, and discomfort in the feet, on the soles of the feet, and then I'll tell you a bit more about what you can try to do to resolve it, and even give you some tips on how to relieve it in your daily life. One of the main causes of this burning and tingling in the feet can be poorly controlled diabetes. When diabetes is uncontrolled, you will have high blood sugar for longer periods, a more chronic elevation of blood sugar, and an increase in your blood triglycerides as well. And this increased blood sugar, these metabolic changes, can lead to some nerve damage, actual damage to some of the nerves that reach your feet. So it can be a sign of uncontrolled diabetes. If you have diabetes and are experiencing more burning or tingling in your feet, it's important to talk to your doctor. Remember that I have a playlist here on the channel that covers everything about diabetes, with informative videos, recipes, and lots of great tips. I'll leave it down below in the description. By the way, for everything I'm going to talk about here now, there's always a playlist I've already prepared on related topics, so the video doesn't get longer than it should. Sometimes diabetes might not be your case, and you might not be that interested in learning more about it. But if it is your case, there's a playlist down below in the description for you to click on and learn more about the topic. Another cause could be peripheral neuropathy. Once again, peripheral neuropathy is a peripheral nerve injury. We just talked about one, which was the one caused by diabetes, an injury to the nerves related to uncontrolled blood sugar. But peripheral neuropathy doesn't only come from diabetes. It can happen due to other causes, like chemotherapy or medication. So it could be that some kind of damage to these nerves causes this tingling sensation. So that's another interesting detail for you to pay attention to. In fact, other health issues such as kidney problems, nutrient deficiencies, or exposure to other toxic agents can also lead to this peripheral neuropathy. So remember that this video is purely informational, and if you have any doubts about what might be causing this burning sensation in your feet, to get confirmation, you'll need to see your doctor in your city for a proper diagnosis. Another possible cause is hypothyroidism. Often we associate the decreased production of thyroid hormones simply with weight gain, that tiredness. I have a video here on the channel talking more about the symptoms of hypothyroidism, and there's a playlist that goes deeper into thyroid topics as well. But hypothyroidism can also lead to that tingling sensation, that burning feeling in your feet. So when was the last time you had your thyroid tests done? How were your hormone levels? It's important to pay attention to this. If you enjoy these videos where I talk more about the relationship between health issues and nutrition, give it a like and I'll make more videos like this. This burning, this stinging sensation in your feet can also be related to a vitamin B12 deficiency. I even have a video here on the channel talking more about the symptoms of vitamin B12 deficiency and the importance of B12 in your diet. That's because B12 can actually be harder to absorb. If you've had any kind of surgery on your stomach or intestines, like bariatric surgery, if you're vegan, if you're vegetarian, if you have inflammatory bowel diseases, I have a video here on the channel talking more about all of this, and I'll leave it down below in the description for you. But if you have any intestinal absorption issues, or if you've ever had any kind of specific dietary restriction, you might be deficient in B12, and that could be the cause of your tingling and burning sensation in your feet as well. Another cause could be, as I mentioned before, kidney problems. These issues with the kidneys can cause you to retain more fluids in your body, which can lead to nerve damage, resulting in discomfort in your feet as well, such as burning, tingling, and that unpleasant sensation. Remember that I have a video here on the channel talking more about the best and worst foods for your kidneys. There's a playlist on how to keep your kidneys healthier, and I'll leave that down below in the description for you as well. This burning, this stinging sensation in your feet can also come from an infectious disease. This infectious disease may be related to something that gets infected and causes this discomfort in the feet, such as shingles, for example, which can sometimes affect this part of the foot. But it can also be related to a systemic infection that can have neurological repercussions, like Lyme disease, which is associated with tick bites. So, it's important that if you've been bitten by a tick, had a fever, or experienced any symptoms, you should see a doctor because it may be necessary to undergo treatment to prevent other problems, including issues related to nerve damage. Syphilis that is not treated or monitored, as well as HIV without proper follow-up, can lead to the same kind of damage and cause this same burning or stinging sensation in the feet. So if you have any of these diseases, remember that it's important to have medical supervision and always see your doctor and follow the treatment, doing everything correctly. Excessive alcohol consumption can also lead to nerve damage. This happens both because of the excessive intake of alcohol itself, but also because when you drink large amounts of alcohol frequently, you can end up reducing your body's vitamin B12 levels once again. So one thing is related to the other. Of course, the ideal is that you try to consume as little alcohol as possible. Alcohol is not a nutrient. It's not food. It's a drink that is socially accepted, but it doesn't bring us any benefits. If you're looking to relax or calm down, remember that there are other things you can do. A cup of chamomile tea, a walk. I have a playlist here about how to deal with stress and anxiety because often alcohol takes on that role of helping you relax. So I'll leave it here in the description for you. That burning sensation, that stinging, can also be related to a fungus, like athlete's foot, which can grow on your foot and cause this discomfort. Athlete's foot is often related to people who don't dry their feet properly, wear damp shoes, or step in areas that sometimes aren't well sanitized. So always remember that if you notice anything visually different, it's also a good idea to see your dermatologist. This burning sensation, this stinging, can also be related to tarsal tunnel syndrome, where there is compression of the nerve that runs from the leg down to the feet. So, when this nerve is compressed, the nerve signal doesn't reach the area properly and can also cause these sensations. Once again, to know whether this is the case or not, you'll need to see a doctor or an orthopedist so they can make the diagnosis for you. But it could be something for you to consider. If you've already ruled out the other possibilities, it might be one of these. Last but not least, it could simply be contact dermatitis. Sometimes you're in perfect health, it's none of the things I mentioned before, but maybe you stepped on some cleaning product while doing housework. Sometimes wearing open-toed sandals and some cleaning product got on your foot, or you used a different cream with a certain scent or a different preservative that caused an allergic reaction on your feet, which can also cause burning, itching, and tingling. Remember that this video is for informational purposes only. So, how to relieve this discomfort in your feet will really depend on the cause, because if it's a dermatological cause related to a cream or cleaning product you used, you'll have one type of treatment. If it's a cause related to an infection, there will be a different treatment. If it's a cause related to uncontrolled diabetes, there will be yet another treatment. So the most important thing of all is that you find out the cause in order to treat it and be able to resolve this in the medium and long term. There are some things you can do at home to try to ease this discomfort. The first is to soak your feet in a basin of cold water. You don't necessarily need to put ice in the basin, but very cold water. You can put your feet in there and let them soak for about 10 minutes to see if it helps relieve that feeling of discomfort a bit. In addition, some people like to add a little apple cider vinegar to the water, making a solution of water with apple cider vinegar. Add a gallon of water and 1 or 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. This is good for helping with fungal issues and has antibacterial properties, so it can help in that regard. Remember that I have a video here talking more about the benefits of apple cider vinegar, which aren't just for weight loss, and I'll leave it down below in the description for you. There are some studies that have already found that turmeric, due to the presence of curcumin, can help improve neurological symptoms in some people. So, curcumin supplements or adding more turmeric to your diet can help in the medium and long term, mainly because of its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, so it can be a good option. Remember that I have a video here on the channel talking more about turmeric as well, all its benefits, and I'll leave it down below for you. Massaging your feet can also help to stimulate circulation, to help reduce that swelling that sometimes happens for some people, that buildup of fluid in the feet, and to stimulate sensations, it can help as well. Always remember that these home remedies are palliative, and ideally, you should ask your doctor whether, in your case, they are recommended or not. And always remember as well that comfortable shoes can help you a lot. A shoe that supports your foot, gives you stability when walking, but doesn't squeeze, doesn't put too much pressure, and doesn't harm your circulation. So sometimes, in most cases, a good pair of walking sneakers can be a great footwear option for you to use on a daily basis. Let me know down below if you've ever felt this burning sensation, this stinging in your feet, this tingling, what it was, and what you did to get better. Let's work together to spread this chain of good. And while you're at it, give the video a like too, because that really helps me out. See you next time. Bye.